Hi, I'm Darren and welcome to New Factory Classics, and today is going to be an off-the-cuff kind of rant about what was the worst movie of 2024. And in my opinion, it was Joker Folie à Deux. Now you might say, hey, there were worse movies this year. What about Madame Web, for example? Well, the big difference is that Madame Web was never supposed to be good. Nobody was lining up saying, I can't wait to see Madame Web. I'm really hoping to find out what will happen in Madame Web. How will Madame Web affect the Spider-Verse? Nobody was saying that. On the other hand, the first Joker made like $1.3 billion, won Joaquin Phoenix Best Actor at the Oscars a few years ago, and it was one of the most highly anticipated movies of 2024. Especially in the comic book movie circuit, which may be the only one bigger than it, was Deadpool and Wolverine. Now, Deadpool and Wolverine was able to actually deliver. Joker Folie à Deux fell flat on its face in almost every single aspect. I guess it's important to say why this was the worst movie of the year. People went into it expecting this amazing film, the follow-up to The Amazing Joker that came out a few years ago. Now that he's in jail, how will he lead the uprising that started at the end of the first movie? How will he become the clown prince of crime? Is he going to start preparing to take on the Batman? Is he going to be completely separated from that universe but at least become a supervillain? Or a villain at all? No, actually, he's going to not even want to lose his mind. The first half of the movie is him trying to not even be Joker. That is until he meets Harley Quinn, who pushes him to become the Joker, but it was more like on a bet or on a dare or to see if she could actually do it. She was just some rich girl who decided to take him on as some sort of side project. And when her side project came to an end, she let him fall flat on his face. He ended up letting down every single person that was looking up to him in Gotham and around that country, it seemed. And then in the end, when he's at his lowest, accepting his life in jail, he ends up getting stabbed a bunch, and the real Joker gets his origin story. And there you have it, the story of a man who didn't want to be the Joker, but gets pressured into embracing that side of himself, embraces it, and then falls flat, and then gets stabbed to death. Now, my personal opinion is that Todd Phillips and Joaquin Phoenix never wanted to make this movie. They actually assumed that the first movie wouldn't even make a profit. They didn't actually expect that the movie would be so successful. And they definitely didn't expect everyone in the United States, mostly a lot of young men, to really embrace the character. They didn't expect everyone to be so downtrodden that they saw themselves in this man and wanted to be just like him. Maybe not a mass murderer, but somebody that could stand up to the man that has put their foot on their neck their entire lives. So being that Todd Phillips and Joaquin Phoenix never wanted to make it, but being that they were forced into making it by everyone constantly asking them those questions and the pile of money that was thrown at them, and the fact that DC wasn't going to even hold a leash to them and just let them do whatever the heck they wanted, they said, sure, let's burn down this mountain that we never wanted built in the first place. And the joke was on every single one of us that thought it was going to be a continuation of that first movie. The second movie was actually set out by the director and the main actor to burn down the history that was left by the first film. They wanted nobody to idolize Joker at the end. They wanted nobody to want to be like Arthur Fleck. And they wanted nobody to love Harley Quinn. And in that way, their movie was a success. It was 2 hours of them dancing, singing, and spitting in the face of those who showed up wanting to see their hero rise. It was small stabs all the way through the movie of their big hero until the real Joker showed up and stabbed their hero to death in front of them. Every single person in that movie had no redeeming qualities. Other than Gary Puddles, the only person who had ever tried to be friends with Arthur and the only one who ever tried to not do anything bad to Arthur. Every single other person did horrible things to Arthur all the way through. And that's why we identified with Arthur. But in the end, the one person that he embraced the most, Harley Quinn, was just setting him up to fail. So the movie that we all went in to see was not the movie that we ended up seeing. And so despite me being super excited walking in to see Joker, I left incredibly downtrodden. I may have seen technically worse films this year, but none of them had made me feel as bad as Arthur, being stabbed in that hallway and left to die. Hey, thanks for watching my video. Please like, subscribe, and share. And while you're at it, leave a comment on my channel. I so desperately crave the acceptance of strangers online.